Whoa, now everybody, I am your host, Lambo Drew, and you are now tuned in to another edition of the Leverage Show. I told y'all this was going to be a hot week, and you do not want to miss. I told y'all that it was going to be something so next level that you were going to definitely want to tell your friends, your family, your coworkers, your people in business. You want to tell even your third grade school teacher that, yo, you do not want to miss this week. And I told y'all what, that we was going to deliver with y'all, and we did. Tuesday night and everything, man, shout out to my guy, Ernest F. Man, came in and crushed it. But tonight and everything, man, the arsonist, I call him the real estate arsonist, between him and his wife, or in the building of mortgage notes, man. I'm telling y'all what, y'all do not want to go on ahead and miss this or even change your. If it's right now for you to go ahead and send that message to someone, you need to be going ahead and sending that message to them right now. Because I'm telling you what, it is about to go down. My guy, Amed Hazel, is in the building, man. You guys are definitely getting ready to be tapped in. Before he gets on the show, I got to go ahead in here and check the temperature and make a quick, brief announcement, all right? So make sure and everything, again, you guys are getting this out because it's definitely going down. We're excited about tonight, excited about this broadcast. You guys definitely been thinking about, man, how has this man and his wonderful wife, man, how have the Hazels, how have they generated their wealth? And how have they helped other people generate their wealth? And it generated through real estate that most people may not be aware about. You guys are getting ready to hear it tonight. I'm so glad to be able to have him back for the second time, back to this Leverage Show. Because the first time he lit it up so bad, I mean, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. Y'all left it on fire. Numbers don't lie, and they show for themselves and stuff like that. When my guy Amed hit the Leverage Show seat and left everybody, man, in full awe. Well, tonight, you guys get part 2 of that. So you guys definitely want to go ahead and hold on to your lap bar because we're getting ready to take y'all on a ride. All right, but before we bring him on in, man, let's go on ahead and get down into the chats, man. LA Law is in the building. Shout out to you, LA Law, man. Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope all is well, man. It is all well, man. Shout out to LA Law doing what she does best. Her and Ahmad Grant, man. Shout out to you guys for killing the team of social media. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now, man. Y'all guys are not, man, rocking with them. Y'all better get to rocking with them and rocking with them quick. Because I'm telling you what, it's getting ready to go down. All right? Listen, my soul does wait. It's in the building. Lambo's hard to catch up with, but he's here. Here he goes tonight. I may be able to drop in for a minute or two. I got something going. I really want to thank my soul does wait. Truly, every single time my guy band pops on, it's always an amazing time. Definitely, man, one of the hottest out there. We got to especially get, man, my guy, Amed and his wonderful wife, Rochelle, out there to your studios to definitely go ahead and drop something out there when the next time that they're in Miami. I can go ahead, we can arrange that, right? Drop something hot. You already know what time it is. So thank you for all you do. Thank you for really being able to show the support that you're doing, man. You guys are not following Creative Currency. Make sure you follow Creative Currency, man, on Instagram, because there's really killing the game with some of the hottest podcasts come from out there in Miami. You already know what time it is. Appreciate you, my soul does wait. My guy Rides in the building. Julie Crafton is in the building. You know she wouldn't miss this. Her and her wonderful husband, Jeremiah, man, were at the event in December when they got a chance to go ahead and meet Amed Hazel and his wonderful wife, Rochelle, and they are doing a thing. I can't wait for them to partner together, man, and do their thing, because y'all are in some levels in real estate, man. The digital side of real estate, the mortgage side of note side of real estate, it's over with after that. I mean, 2 of those combined together, and I even talked about that on the 5 must-have real estate plays you must have. And I talked about, man, mortgage notes. I talked about Julie and Jeremiah. I talked about land banking. I talked about REITs. I even talked about, shout out to my guy Mozilla with the fix and flips. Those 5 different levels of real estate you must have. And Julie and Jeremiah said, yo, we definitely partnering with my guy, Amed, and his wonderful wife, Rochelle, man. So shout out to you guys. I knew you guys were going to be in the building. Coach D is in the building, man. My Atlanta Connect. You know what time it is, man. Oh, shout out to y'all Atlanta folks, man. Definitely Amed is down there in Atlanta too as well. Y'all got a lot of good stuff going on down there in Atlanta. But thank you, man, Coach D, man. If you guys have not seen, Coach D went on ahead and posted some amazing results of the program and everything, man, that we are launching that you guys definitely want to be a part of. I told you, me and Ernie E are combining to make some things happen. You already know Lambo's a beast when it comes to this personal. And you guys seen Tuesday night that Ernie E is a beast with this business. You guys want to stay tuned. 20, what was it, Coach E? 22 days, right? 22 days, man. So a lot of y'all, man, don't sleep on what we're doing out here. I'm trying to tell you, we got success. They got the receipts to make it happen out here. Julie says, Lambo, you already know, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hello, Coach, man, showing love, man. QP's in the building. Shout out to you, QP. Thank you for all that you do, man. Shout out to all the love. He was sharing this when he found that Mayor was coming back to the show. He shared this to every single platform and made sure he got the people out here for it tonight. So shout out to my guy, QP, man. Really appreciate what you're doing. My wonderful, lovely wife is right here in the building saying, hello, family. You know she couldn't wait for the night, man. She says, baby, do y'all thing, because I already know it's getting ready to go down. Shout out to my wonderful wife, man. She just loves a man's wonderful wife, Michelle, as well, man. Always just support the Hazels. You already know what time it is. She literally says, welcome back, Ahmed. Come on now. Shout out to my bride, man, always showing love and doing what she's doing and looking as hot as ever. You, girl, you better stop it now. You already know. You better stop it now, girl. All right, Julie says, Ken, how are you, man? Showing love to LA as well. Coach said, get your mind right before we start. Yes, we do, because it's getting ready to go down. Yo, this is my cuz in the building. Shout out to my cuz, man, who definitely hit me up. Man, yo, fam, I am here, man, cuz I am so ecstatic for you, man. Cuz is going to be coming to the show. Y'all, we're going to be talking some real talk now, man. I'm going to tell y'all this right now. Y'all do not want to miss this. Definitely excited for him, man, to be starting his podcast. He's getting ready to take some great things over. Can't wait to go ahead and connect them with some amazing people in this space. Really appreciate talking with you last night, cuz you killed it, brother, and we got work to do. You already know what I say. My guy Jack is in the building. Shout out to Jackson Armstrong. Yo, you know he wasn't going to miss this, man. He is the gentleman, man, who is responsible for this amazing connection, man, that him and Ahmed and Rachel, man, have definitely been on our life. So thank you, Jack, for all you do and making connections, especially right here on the Leverage Show, man. My cousin, everything showing love right here in the building. My wonderful wife showing love to my cuz, man. Oh, man, you already know, man. She definitely going to show love to cuz, man. Julie showing love to my wonderful wife with those roses, man. And Julie giving those roses back. Now, hold on. What kind of roses y'all talking about, man? There's a lot of roses going on out here, man. And this ain't February. Is this, did I miss something here, man? Did I miss an anniversary or something? Let me know, because our anniversary is next month and everything with all these roses out here. But shout out to y'all roses, Rose Gang in the building, man. Jeremiah Crafton is in the building, man. Hello, Leverage Show family. Shout out to you, J-Dog, man, for being in the building. I already knew when I see your lovely wife, man, you was going to be definitely in the building, making it happen for real, man. Big up for real, man, for real, fam, man, because you already know, man, it's always love. That's the only way we're going to keep it and going to keep it all the way out there. Team Realistic, man, and she flexing out there, man. Flex on, baby. You already know what time it is. Listen, the temperature check has been live. I love it. I see the people already out here. Facebook family here, YouTube family here, LinkedIn family here, Twitch family here. Everybody is in the building. And now it's time to go ahead and introduce our guests. Can I say this to you right now? I got the chance to really go ahead one-on-one and thank him and meet him and his wonderful wife to their face personally back in December. I can't say everything about December was all glitz and glam. I'm going to tell y'all that right now. Lamb, I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. But I can say meeting them and meeting some other key leaders that was there in that building were literally amazing in December. It was my honor when I walked into that room to physically shake his hand and shake his wonderful wife's hand, Shell, to let them know what they have meant to my life. You understand? Sometimes, man, mentors can inspire you, man, from a distance. When I got into the room, man, it's almost like when people used to say, man, I seen Kobe or I seen Jordan in the room, and they were just shining. That's how the Hazels were when I walked into that room and got behind that desk and was like, oh, man, we in here. I get ready to eat with these generals right here who are out here. That's how Lambo felt, man, seeing them for the first. Do you understand, man, that there's certain people in your life that you are destined to connect with? The Hazels are two you're destined to connect with in your lifetime, especially if you really want to go to that next level in this game, real estate at a whole different level. I've been so honored to definitely, man, see so many great things and meet so many great people and go so many great places. But I'm more honored tonight to be able to have this general come to our show and come back to the Leverage Show channel. Without further ado, we welcome back the man, the myth, the legend himself, who's actually flying on more planes. I look back and forth and they traveling and shaking two legs and everything that I can see him shake, man. My guy, my friend, my mentor, Mr. Amed Hazel. What's
Lambo.
Up? Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, man.
Man, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. You know, when we met, man, it was an honor to meet you, and your energy is contagious, right? Your energy penetrates, you know, not only people's minds, their hearts, but also their souls, you know. So, man, I'm just blessed to know you as well. I'm just so happy, man, that we're connected, and you know, you and your wife and I, and it's like, bro, man, let's just do this, man. We got whatever years we got left, bro. Let's just do this.
Come on now. Listen, you know, the chat's going crazy, bro. I mean, you know, I only can say this and speak for this. You know, we talk about, man, people, man, who inspired so many people. It's such a great thing when you can actually talk to them and tell them to the face, not when the head turns cold or when the old folks say that, or when you just can't get a hold of them. But when you can get a hold of them and you can be like, man, I meet you. I remember, man, going back there meeting you and Shell, and I'm not lying to you. I'm meeting everybody like, oh man, how you doing, man? My game face is on. I'm slapping hands. BOJ's right there. My guy, Big Anthony Deloach is right there. Jackson's right there. CPMD, the whole nine. When I got to y'all, I was just like, oh, here it goes. He's in the building. The Hazels are in the building. This is them. And I remember, man, standing there like, bro, if I could just sit here, man, and just take this moment, man, right here, and just embrace this, just bottle this up. And he's like, bro, we at the same event. I'm gonna see you. We gonna talk, Lambo. I'm like, bro, you just saying that so casually. I'm sitting there. I remember going back to the room with my wife that night, like, baby, we met. Matt and his wife, Rochelle, like, dude, they was on everything, every broadcast, every time, man, and stuff that be out there, and they're talking presentations, and I'm watching them, man, and I'm just like, oh my God, they're killing it. But to sit there and meet them, my wife says, well, baby, you're in the right place at the right time. You put in the work too. Stop it. Boy, man up. Oh, you be all right. Don't you go ahead and be acting like this. Enjoy this moment, man. And that's what I just drew from you, Michelle, just being real, no filter, keeping it all 100. Y'all and everything, man, definitely the highlight, man, of sitting up in here, man, and meeting everybody I've met out there. Thank you for that.
So let me kind of just start to that point. Let me add this, right? That I was listening to something. I believe it was Myron. I was listening to Myron Golden, and Myron said, proximity is power. Proximity is power. So there's a billionaire that is in my industry. He used to run one of the largest hedge funds, coming from Goldman Sachs and all of that. And, you know, so I used to, you know, buy deals from him, you know, his company, etc. And then when Myron said that, I told Rochelle, I said, he's on LinkedIn. I said, I think I'm going to reach out to him. I said, he probably won't respond, but I'm going to reach out to him. Bro, I sent him a message. Within like 30 minutes, he responded. Right? I told him, I said, yeah, man, this, you know, this is who I am. Remember back in the day, you know, this company used to purchase deals from you, etc. He's like, yeah, I know who you are. And, you know, because he wound up selling this company and all of that. So he said, next time, you know, you out in Cali, look me up. And I was like, oh, man, that's amazing, right? He says, as a matter of fact, here's my cell phone number. He's like, why don't you call me sometime so we could talk? Man, call him up, bro. Like, we talk like just old friends, and he real down to earth, and he's giving me like so many tips and pointers and so much information on how to, you know, get to that next level. But all because I took the chance to reach out to him. I took the chance to make the connection, right? And so many mentors have been like that in my life where, you know, I've just taken the chance. I remember when me and Rochelle was first getting into real estate, reached out to a guy who was running a program, real estate program. And I said, man, you know, I want to invest in the program, but I don't have money. I don't have the money, bro. I said, I'm just keep it real with you. But I kept periodically keeping in touch with him, and me and Rochelle didn't have any money, bro. And I don't think most people know what not having any money means. Like, bro, at the time, the most that I may have had was maybe $20. $20, bro. Man. And I reached out to him and I said, bro, I don't want you to think I'm one of them guys. I said, I'm just letting you know that I don't have the money right now. Wow. Bro, like a week later, a lawyer called and said, you know that accident that y'all was in?
Yeah.
I got some money for y'all. Went down the next day, got the check from the guy. Same day, called the mentor up. I said, bro, I got your money, but I'm just a little bit short. Can you lock me in and allow me 30 days, you know, whoop, to get you the money back? He said, bet. I took all of the money that we had, bro, maybe except for $20, and gave it to the mentor. Everything, bro. Everything. So locked into the program, you know, took it serious, you know, started overcoming mental hurdles and learned the skill set on how to invest in real estate. We started out as wholesalers. Yeah. So in like the first 18 months, we did like 135 deals and we were off to the races, right? Financial situation changed in like 18 months because we got serious. Yeah. So fast forward 20 something years, same mentor, me and him talking. And I told him that situation. I said, bruh, remember we used to come to the meetings? I said, and we had a bag of trail mix. He's like, hey, that was some good trail mix. I said, bruh, when you used to sit beside me and dump the bag of trail mix out on the desk on the napkin and you would be eating the trail mix, I said, there's something that you ain't know. He's like, what's that? Bro, that was our lunch, bro. That's all we had was a bag of trail mix between me and her. He was like, man, I had no clue. He said, and I was sitting there eating y'all lunch. He said, I would be picking through it too. I was like, yup, that was our lunch, bro. He said, but you know what, though? He said, that's why you are who you are today, because you believed in yourself back then with all of your heart. That was it, bro. I believed in myself. We believed in ourselves. And we wouldn't even know how we look, bro. We don't even know we have enough gas to get home. Yeah. We driving home, we pulling up in front of, you know, we like 50 feet from the house, and my truck run out of gas. And just enough to drift down into the parking space. So, bro, it can be done by anyone if they believe in themselves with all of their heart. Most people don't.
Yeah.
Most people don't believe in themselves. Trust me. I see it. I can look at a person and say, they don't have the real desire to make it happen.
Come on, man.
They don't have the real desire. They still counting on their job. They're still counting on Uncle Sam. They're still counting on their retirement. But they don't really have the belief in themselves to burn all of the ships.
Yep.
And say, I'm going to do this, or I'm willing to die for this. Most people would rather live under subjugation and keep their head down, cast their eyes down, instead of looking life straight ahead in his eyes and saying, I'm willing to die for this.
Yeah.
People are still thinking in the back of their minds, what if this isn't real? What if this guy is fake? It ain't about me or nobody else. It's about you. What are you going to do? So yeah, that's just how I'm opening right now.
Bruh. That Lambo bell ringing, brother, so heavy right now. I can't ring that bell like that no more, man. I mean, you know, it's the real estate. When people say 20 years, you and Shell, $20, man, come on now. Not them. People don't even know that you had a martial arts school. I didn't know that till we talked about that the last time. And you say, man, look, we shut things down. So this man, he can get down with the hands. You gotta know that. And you say, man, we shut things down, packed all our stuff up, moved, and then you start going through different stages. And then you start saying, this is what I really want to do. I really want to go all in this thing, in this real estate thing, like never before. You and Shell saying, we got a check from a car wreck. You understand? An accident, and then came back and said, we're gonna throw it all in. See, the thing about it is that when I it's just generals, we recognize this thing. Either you're gonna be all in on you, or somebody else is gonna be all in on their vision. You're gonna be all in on you and your vision, or somebody else is gonna have you all in on their vision. And I hate to say this, but when people go ahead and they hit that work clock every day, I've been all in on everybody else's vision, making them rich. Oh man, but I'm providing for my family, and I get it. I'm doing little things and all of this stuff. I lie not too. This is true story, and I can talk this talk. I remember sitting down here, and I told you, me and my family, my wife and my kids at the youngest age, we went homeless for a year. And I remember living out of that vehicle. And I remember every day that we literally, man, was living in that vehicle, we would drive up to a hotel, didn't have no money, had all our possessions in the car, me, my wife, and 4 kids. And I would look my wife over. I said, baby, I'm born and raised in New Orleans. We gonna get up out of this. You ain't got to worry about this. My wife looking at me like, Negro, if you don't go ahead and get me out of this situation, you getting ready to be by yourself real quick around here. Like, what's wrong with you? But she stayed there. She said, man, look, I'm going to be right here with you because I see greatness in you. Some good stuff going to happen. And I remember, man, we riding up there, same way like you said, on fumes, breathing fumes. We would pull up to the gas station, got my wife, my kids in the car, waiting for a money order from Western Union for my little brother to send it through, just so we can go ahead get in there, get the money order, walk across the street from the Walgreens or the Kmart, come back, got the cash in our hand, pay for the money at the pump, because we couldn't go nowhere unless we had that money and everything, man, that was coming through the Western Union. My wife would sit back up in there, man, she's just like, baby, well, what we got? So we got enough money for this gas to be in this vehicle, and we got enough money and everything, man, for us to go down and go get this $27 a night at a motel to lay our head down in 2 double beds, both for me and the kids had the other bed on the other side. And I sit back up there, I remember looking at them like, man, we coming out of there. Kids so young, they so full of joy. They're not knowing anything. My wife frustrated, going back and forth, trying to figure out like, man, how in the world you want a sister to be down with you? Like, a sister can go ahead and go through some things, but you want me to be down with you and go through this? Could you tell me something, Amed, in your head? And I just want to be real with you. Did Rochelle ever have some of them moments to you looking at you like, yo, hey, I love you, but let me know what we gonna do to get this together. Like when this get ready to change. Because we talk about them, you talked about them trail mix, sitting down eating them trail mix. Let me know, man, was there any conversations like that? Because you know, the Queen's gonna keep it real out here. I'm gonna be real with you. They're gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah, so you know, there was a time that we were in the martial arts school, and so we're running a martial arts school, but people don't really understand that it's just like now that we got the business, it's almost like we got 2 households now, because the martial arts school got its own set of bills that had to be met. And you know, there were, you know, when we were about to close the martial arts school, like she was looking at me and she was like, I quit. And I looked at her and I felt what I felt at the time was, oh man, it's over with between us. So I said, in like a few seconds, my mind was racing and trying to figure out like what to say, because something like that, like I had never been in that situation before. And I'm going back in my mind, searching through all the books that I read, all the conversations that I had with somebody, and trying to come up with something profound to say. And I looked at it and I said, you quit the business or you quit the relationship. And that was the most profound thing that I could say at the time. You know, sometimes I'd be trying to be, you know, real deep and trying to like say the right thing. I'd be like, you know, Confucius said, you know, like none of that wasn't gonna work, right?
Yeah.
I said, you quit the business or you quit the relationship. And she said, I quit the business. Now in my mind, right, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
right. But I was still, but I was still being cool, you know, because I you know, if she said she quit the relationship, I couldn't break down and start crying in front of her, right? So I was still trying to be cool. Like I was like, you know, quit the business or the relationship, you know, like I'm gonna cry, right? But she was like, the business. So I was like, okay, well, we cool then. I was like, all right, let's shut all this down. Like, that's it. So there was a lot of times, you know, we were homeless at one point too, you know, and if my dad hadn't given us refuge, we would have been on the street.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, she's rocked with me through some real tough times. And we had them coming to Jesus moments too. You know, she's like, I don't know, she's like, the kids get out in 2 hours. They ate lunch in school. They come home from school in 2 hours. She's like, all we got is like $20 to our name, and they need to eat dinner. And it's 5 of us. What are you going to do? You got 2 hours to make something happen. And I would just make something happen. You know? Yeah.
She told you she gave you the limitation. Yo, you got 2 hours to make something happen. Do you know, bro? I just want to I'll put the hat right now and just put it on the mic and just boom, it's done. Do you know the main question? And I heard, shout out to Earl Henderson years ago. I was in transit at the time. He said, it doesn't matter how your day goes as a man. He said, always remember this. Doesn't matter what you face as a man. Doesn't matter what solutions that you try to solve as a man. At the end of the day, the focus will always be on, we need the milk and the bread because these kids got to eat.
Yep.
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, at the end of the day, you're going to need the milk and the bread. And you need to figure it out at this point. Do you look back?
So check this out, right?
No, go ahead.
So this is what I did, right? So I would say, okay, first of all, that's a real short deadline, right? Because I don't have no solution, right? Where I am and where we are, I don't have any solutions, right? I don't know really what to do at this point, right? Because I'm inside of the jar trying to figure out how to get on the outside of the jar.
Facts.
So I really don't know what to do. I don't know who to call, right? I don't know. I'm not going to just be calling people up saying, let me hold some money, right? So I was like, let me figure out what to do. So I said, I got it. So I called up another real estate colleague of mine, and I said, hey, bruh, I've been watching like your emails and stuff, and I see that your email copy is horrendous. I was like, bro, you need a solution. He's like, what's my solution? I was like, well, I charge $500 for email copy. How many emails do you need? He said, I need 10 of them. He said, but I only got $234 to my name. I said, bro, I don't really do this. I said, but PayPal me that $234 and I'll get your emails done. He's like, bet, I'm sending it right now.
Find a way.
Find a way.
Find a way. That's the mentality you adopt. Find a way. So we look at this, and I got to say this to you because a lot of people don't know, and a lot of people think when you get to that point that we at, oh man, they just skyrocketed. They never hear these stories. That's why I love to do these podcasts and talk about these stories, because these stories talk about the war wounds. I like to open up on these war wounds before we really talk about, man, how we became dominant and what we became dominant in. When you're talking about a find a way mentality, most people saying, hey, baby, you got 2 hours to go ahead and make this happen. Kids got to eat. We got bills to pay. What are you going to do? You say, don't worry about it. I'm going to find a way. The quickest way, and I always tell this to people, the quickest way to you getting to your next level is understanding that you are an answer looking for a problem, not a problem looking for an answer. Fastest you can find and solve someone's solution, fastest and everything, you'll be compensated from solving that solution, that problem. And I say this, man, $234. How in the world do you even think about that in 2 hours when you sitting in there like, yo, I'm gotta make a life decision. Are we eating noodles or are we eating bread and milk? What are we eating? Let me know what we eat. Can we got chicken? Baby, oh yeah, we got some chicken out here, man. I'm telling you what, my kids have been scarred. My wife can tell you, like, we had food shelves that was feeding us when we were going through that time. And it's funny, I got to working in the food shelves for years after giving back, right? But I'm telling you what, you have to have that mentality where you're at when you see it. What am I going to do? How am I going to do this? How am I going to adjust? 2 hours and you $234? Who? Come on now. I mean, come on now. Come on now, man.
Bruh.
Come on now.
You know, well, hey, once I got it though, right? You know, I was like, yeah, you know how I do. You know me, right?
Yeah.
I was bragging a little bit at that point, right? You know how I do, babe. You know me, right? I'm gonna make it happen. hey, but before that, I was like this, bro. I was scared as I don't know what. but let them see you sweat.
Hey, bruh, listen to me. I remember, and this is a true story. I remember when you were telling your story, and I sat back and I was just like, and we're gonna talk about that. When your wife said, I quit, right? And you made that move to say, man, I quit. And you say, oh man, I quit the business. Okay, thank God you didn't say I quit the relationship. You're cool. You told the story of how you packed everything up at that point or leading up. It might have been a little time after that. Tell us, what was that decision when you just said, you know what, you're right. You quit this. We need to make a decision because we got to do something better than where we're going. Tell us how you guys made that decision and started moving forward to get to the next chapter where you guys were at.
So one of the things that had just happened like 4 months prior to us making that decision is my son passed away. And bro, what happened? I'm telling you, like when that happened, bro, my whole world shattered because I felt like it was my job as a man to protect my family. I felt like it was my job be able to do something right now. Now, logically, I am not the controller of life. I'm not the controller of the world's existence. Like, logically, I know that.
Yeah.
But when that thing hit, I felt like I was hearing a voice. Now, this is my son from my first marriage. I felt like I was hearing a voice that said, but bruh, you should have been able to do something. Bruh, you should have been able to do something. And that little voice actually played in my head for about 10 years. And every now and then, it still comes back. So when that was happening and I was dealing with that, I was dealing with so much anger, so much rage. My heart was broken, depressed, still trying to show up and run a martial arts school. And when Rochelle said, like when my son's funeral was approaching, she said, I'm going to close the school for a week because he lived in North Carolina. We lived in Maryland. He said, I'm going to close the school for a week so that you can go visit, his services or whatever, visit his grave, and then you can grieve. I said, well, I think you should only close the school for that day.
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's too late. I've already closed the school for a week. So we go to the funeral and everything, come back home. And like, as soon as we got back home, she said, the students' parents are asking for a week of comp. They want to be compensated for the week that you took off.
Mm.
And I'm like, wait a minute. We had certain policies at my school. So if your kid made the honor roll, I was going to your kid's school in my fresh white uniform with my black belt on, and I'm going to have lunch with your kid, right? So your kid could have bragging rights that their karate school teacher, right, came and had lunch with them. Like, I wasn't charging extra for that. If your kid has some disciplinary problems in school, all you got to do is mention it to me, and I'm going to your kid's school. If you getting married, I'm coming to the wedding. I participated in many weddings. I'm like, if your kid is having a birthday party at their house, I'm coming to the birthday party, right? So I was doing all. If your kid needed some counseling sessions, right? I wasn't like a certified counselor, but I'm like, I can sit down and talk to your kid and find out what's going on, right? I was doing all of this, and when she said they wanted comp to be comped for that week, that was the thing that let me know that I had to save myself and my family, or all was going to be lost.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
Dude,
when I told her, we done.
that literally them asking saying, yeah, we want a week back. They couldn't even say, well, hey, I will compensate you next month or whatever, and prorated to be charged this and that. It wasn't even, and you happen to come back from looking over your son and then saying, I'm dealing with this, and now I have to deal with this. It's like, that was it. That was the tap out moment at that point.
That was it. That was it, bro. I was so done. Like, what happened really was that when I heard that, it was like in an instant, right? So I was practicing martial arts since I was 4 years old, right?
Yeah.
But when that statement was made to me, it knocked. It's like it felt like it knocked the warrior out of me.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have it no more. That was it. That was the last 5 cents right there. I said, that's it. I don't have it no more. I can't do this no more. Bro, look, you got all you can get right there.
Yeah.
That was it.
Hey, and you know, I knew that dealing with your heavy plate at that point, and then trying to mentally get yourself stable enough just to continue to keep pushing on, I knew at that point that towel, had to have been drawn. So the towel is thrown in at that point. You guys pack up everything and continue to keep pushing on. About how later after that you guys caught interest to actually get into the real estate game that you guys wanted to get into?
So check this out. So we were doing real estate through that period. So Rochelle and I was running the real estate business all day long while the kids were in school. And then at night, we were running the martial arts school. So like the kids, we would pick them up. Somebody would, like Rochelle would go pick them up. I would be opening the martial arts school. And so we would teach martial arts till, 30 o'clock at night. And then we shut the school down, and it's not like, oh, you just hit a button and leave. No, we pack up everything, shut the school down. Bro, it's 11:30, and we just eating dinner. The kids ain't did their homework or anything. So we did that, bro, for years, bro. And all summer long, we were running summer camps at the martial arts school. So the kids began to say, I want to play soccer, or I want to play football, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. Because the kids was running the business with us. They were teaching martial arts classes and all of that, right? So Rochelle was kind of like, man, like, how can we let the kids do some of the stuff that they want to do while we doing this? So she was kind of like harping on me about that, right? So that was kind of going on, and like I could feel it gradually growing and growing and growing, but I was trying to kind of tame it down.
Yeah.
That wasn't working too good because sometimes we would have explosive arguments, right? So I was trying to tame it down, but also the flip side was that the kids was fighting in tournaments and they was winning trophies and all of that. So I was trying to understand like the dynamic and like what was happening, right? Somebody else might, oh, answer is simple, right? But when you're in it, it's different, And so we were running both businesses at the same time.
Wow.
So like my son passed away in like July. My aunt passed away in August. My niece passed away in September. my cousin who had his son in my martial arts school passed away in October. And then in November, my mom got admitted to the hospital with blood clots on her lungs. They didn't think that she was going to make it, but she did. But nevertheless, all that stress was on me, right? At the time, it was just like, bro, this is crazy. My stepmom passed away. So this was in 2008. My stepmom passed away in 2010, and then my dad passed away in 2013. So, bro, all this was just on me so heavy, and I was still doing my thing, making money, but somehow I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah. Mm. Do you know that there are so many more people are like that? Like going through the stress of life, going through changes of life, going through so much of the drama of life, but just still not happy, man. Talk to us about that. Not happy, and what did you do to push yourself into what you really wanted to do to get to your happiness?
Yeah, so like when you deal with stuff like that, imagine, and this, I'm gonna talk about this later, but imagine if you going through the stresses of life like that, and I walked up to you and I said, "Hey, bruh, don't worry about it. Here's a baseball card." You'd be like, "What?" Like, well, that's what money is. Money is just like a baseball card. It's not real. Right? So the money didn't matter, right? The money didn't matter. The money couldn't fix my grief, right? The money couldn't repair the stress or overlook the stress. It just doesn't. And I was just like, kind of like out of my mind, crazy, really, right? I was like, bro, don't nobody say anything to me because I might blow up, right? I'm driving this car and I'm looking to crash into somebody. Hopefully, it's not me. So I just wanted the pain and the stress and the grief to stop. It was like as if I had a fire on the back of my neck and I couldn't reach it.
Yeah.
I want this all to just stop, bro. And it's not stopping. It's one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And I don't know how to make it stop. All of that came to a head when like my dad and my king passed away and I found his body. Like, bro.
Yeah. When we talk about this so much in life, there's always, man, what we call is that turning point, right? That point in everything, man, that literally pushes everything to one point, and either you getting ready to go ahead, you're gonna sink or swim. We watched a lot of people in pressure in life fold and everything, man. Maybe not necessarily on the count of themselves of being what most people would call them being weak at that time, but just pressure, right? And then people find themselves into a place of, how do I deal with this pressure? I don't know how to handle it. After everything, you seem like you begin to just start letting stuff go. I said, life and pressure is just like weight or like carrying buckets of water, right? When you actually pick up those buckets of water and you walk a little bit, guess what? You may be fine walking when you first begin to walk, but keep walking with distance with those 5-gallon buckets. Now, all of a sudden, your legs start shaking, your arms start shaking, everything in your being starts shaking that it took for you to carry those buckets. And all of a sudden, you're looking for the first exit to do what, Amed? Put them down.
Yep.
How did you put it down? And tell us the steps of what you took to put it down to begin to pick up the right weight that allowed you to start getting yourself back on into the next chapter that was less stress-free and more and less worry-free and more peace and joy and happiness in your life?
Check this out. So one thing I'll say is Rochelle couldn't really help me.
Mm.
She couldn't really help me because happiness comes from inside. The happiness comes from inside. And we as people, we think that somebody else has to do something for us to make us happy.
Mm. I got to give you some one-on-one time on that. You need to go in on that. Go ahead.
So yeah. So in our minds, like if this person would just do this, then I would be okay. See, they did that, and that made me feel like, no, your happiness comes from on the inside, right? If you can't trigger the happiness in yourself, that's where the weakness is. And I thought about this. I thought about Job in the Bible. I thought about Job and how he had been cursed with all kind of afflictions and his whole family was gone. And when the devil asked him to curse God, he denied it. Right? So, but let's not look at that from a religious standpoint. Let's just look at that from maybe a mental or just a spiritual standpoint, right? That he had been through all of this stuff and he was still like, nah, I'm not folding on that. I'm still keeping my faith that something better is going to happen. And there was another quote that I remembered, that if the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. If the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. And I decided it's my time to rise. I know I may not be free from the grief. I know I may not be free from the stress, right? At the same time, I was dealing with some PTSD from when I was a firefighter. So all that was still like just harping on me, hit me in the face, hit me in the side, hit me in the chest, right? Punching me in the back, like daily. And I was like, if the king doesn't rise, though, the kingdom dies. And I was like, it's time for me to rise. It's time for me to stand against the wind, stand in the storm, and it's time for me to fight here. It's time for me to fight here. It's time for me to understand that I'm the one that my ancestors have been praying for. Come on now. Like, I had to realize that I got generations and generations and generations behind me that had been praying for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. And I'm the one. I'm the guy that they've been praying for. So it's time for me to rise up, take charge. And when I began to do that, my wife, she began to look at me differently. She began to give me that look again. Y'all know, she began to give me that. There you go. I had to come back from it. And there are times that I still feel like the sadness. And there are times that when I think about my son, there are times that I still, get tears in my eyes when I think about my son. But if the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. And so I had to get real super focused on like, okay, I'm going to attempt this thing. And if it does not turn out successfully, it does not matter. because I'm not banking who I am on the success of the thing. I'm the king, and it's time for me to rise. So if something doesn't work in my ventures, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. And there's nothing that could stop me, because I understand if the king doesn't rise, the kingdom dies. And I got a lot of people that's counting on me. I got a lot of people that's believing in me. I got a lot of people that's praying for me. I got a lot of people that's praying for downfall, and I got a lot of people that's praying for me to rise up even higher. Once I began to understand that, I mean, really understand that, I said, wow, what am I tripping over? What am I stressing over? Because I'm like, yea, though I walk through the valley in the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Again, not from a religious standpoint, just from a spiritual standpoint. The only thing that can happen is that I die, which is going to happen anyway. So I had to begin to let go of attachments to things, right? I had to let go of the attachment that I had to the martial arts school. Well, maybe if I let this attachment go, maybe my colleagues will think that I'm a failure. Maybe my students will think that I'm a failure. No, I'm gonna let attachment go. I'm not gonna be attached to the ego that way. I'm letting that go. Well, maybe if I switch positions in real estate, maybe my real estate colleagues are going to think that I'm a failure. Well, I'm letting that go. Yeah, look, if the king ain't going to rise, the kingdom going to die. So I'm letting all those attachments of what people think about me, right? Like I had a guy tell me one time, right? As crazy as it is, he said, how can you if you so successful, why don't you have a Gucci belt? Bruh, first of all, I don't even like Gucci. That's number one. Number two, like, again, even for me to like delve into this is like, bro, wait a minute, it's confusing. Like, how does me being like successful relate to me having on a Gucci belt? And then I said, oh, okay, that's his value system. That's not my value system. Because my value system is more so based on me being a good man, me being a good husband, me being a good father and responsible person to my children and my family. I could care less. A Google and Lambo can tell you that when you meet me, that I ain't glitz and glam. I'm not flashy. That's just not me. I'm not a flashy type dude. I keep what I do like off the radar. I ain't gonna go down that road with y'all, but let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to keep y'all stuff off the radar, right? So I'm gonna leave that right there. Moving on. Moving on.
Hey,
They ain't gonna bait me with that one.
hey, you already know. Listen, I'm just saying out there, there's some people, I mean, they have to have it. It's like the OJs, for the love of money, people will steal from their brother. It's the truth. But when you really have the mindset, right, of really perfecting wealth and really perfected, man, you're moving forward, you just want to look nice, presentable, and ready to go. Like if this is nice, if this is presentable, if I'm ready to go, oh man, it's official at this point. I'm ready to step. I tell this to people all the time. I say, what's the difference in everything in a $5,000 suit and a $500 suit? Do you know what it is? You got it even right there on
Down.
your shirt. A comma.
Exactly.
A comma.
Exactly.
A comma.
Exactly.
2 comma club. I'd rather invest in the comma club that is actually allowing me to build my wealth, to build the wealth for my kids, the family, and people behind me, than to try to be impressing folks and everything out there because you saying you spent $5,000 on the suit, on the same $500 suit, you close the same deal or even bigger deals than a $5,000 suit. You understand me?
Yep.
Some people, man, in their head, and it's the God honest truth, right? That in their head, if I don't have that, I don't have the tangibility of the thing, of the brand, of the clause, of the designer. You know, when we were coming up back home, we used to have a spot called Rubenstein's in New Orleans, right? Rubenstein's is where you went, snatch your good shoes, your good clothes, your good everything. You went to Rubenstein's. And if you didn't go to Rubenstein's, you wind up going to it's really called, man, the Fifth Ave. It's the mall and stuff like that we got. Canal Place. Canal Place is when you seen all the Gucci stores and you seen everything, man. And you knew you was on your game. But could I tell you something? The best dressed people who literally are the ones and everything, man, who carry the most value, don't go rock the other brands like that for price tags. They're not rocking that. They're like, hey, how much more of this money can I invest in myself, my skill, my business, my companies, the people around me that helps bring value up? That is real. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, listen, Lambo gonna just tell you all this right now. I'm not gonna lie. If you go into my wife's closet and my closet, you're gonna find some of them designer stuff. You're gonna find something. You're gonna find a lot of it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Cause you know the reason, because I 10-to-1, and my wife can tell you this, I 10-to-1 bought it on a bargain. Straight up. My wife can tell you, I 10-to-1 bought it on a bargain. I'm not gonna lie to you. But what happens is that we place the value on the thing that has no value to it, less value than the real thing that has real value, and that's within you, your company, your brand, and the things that you need to do to build what you're building wealth with. That's the real brand. How much of that have you put into a book? I heard you saying years ago, man, you show me a man's library, and I show you and everything, man, a wealthy man. That is the God honest truth. When you heard you say earlier, and we're gonna circle back around to that. When you say, man, Lambo, I had read all these books, I had and did all of this stuff. I was trying to say something to Shell that was getting ready to go ahead and have Shell head going. Like you say, you quit. Hold up, baby. I got some game. I'm bringing out and everything, man, the poetry book. Hold up. Let me flip this real quick. Couldn't find nothing. Say, hey, baby, listen, do you want the business or you quit on me? You quit on us. That's a real talk. Because at that point, man, most people need to have that moment where they're saying to themselves, man, what is the value that we need to really go ahead and pinpoint out the most that we can come out of this, that we can move forward out of this, right? In your journey, you talked about everything. And I really got to know this because this is going to hunker down on a lot of things. When you said, I finally got my mental back, finally moving forward, I'm seeing some progression. When you got back to a healthy state, mentally, holistically, spiritually, emotionally, relationship-wise, what were you able to accomplish when you finally made it back to that state? And did you just look at Rochelle different and say, baby, oh, I'm back? Or did she know you back? Or is it like, oh, man, or he's even at another level, higher than the level and everything, man, that you had actually begun to drop the weight?
Yeah, you know, as I was going through that phase of releasing, and I could see her acknowledging my growth. That's when I like really stepped it up, because the way she was looking at me, I wanted her to look at me like that more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So check this out. So I said, we got to go to our mentors, the cat that I had given all my money to. I said, we got to go to them and we got to tell them that we're not going to do the business any longer, because we not come to the meetings anymore. You know, they're not going to see us every week. We owe them at least a reason why. So I go to one of the guys and I said, bruh, I said, we quit, right? Look, I wanted to come up with something profound. I had to just say what Rochelle said to me, right? I just said, we quit, you know. And the guy said, how can the Hazels quit when you guys should be the bank? And he walked away.
Hold on. You gotta repeat that one. You gotta back that one up. He said, how could the Hazels quit when what?
You guys should be the bank. He's like, man, y'all did 135 deals in 18 months. He's like, man, that's sick. And he walked away laughing. You know how somebody said to you, hey, what up, money? And they, you know, they just kind of messing with you, right? Yeah. I was like, when he said that, I had a spiritual moment again. It felt like lightning struck me in the back of the head. My whole body was charged. I wish somebody had taken a picture of me in that moment. I know I had to be glowing.
You thought you was Bruce Leroy? You thought you was
I thought I was Bruce Leroy. I thought I was Bruce Leroy, right? Like all the hairs on my body stood up. And I looked at Rochelle and I said, did you hear what he said? And she was like, I heard him. She's like, what's wrong? She's like, you pale. She's like you talking funny. She's like, what happened? I said, I don't know what happened, but we gotta go get in the car. I said, it's time for us to go. And went and got in the car. We had an hour and a half ride back home. And the whole way home, she just was looking at me strange. She's like, why are you talking like that? Why are you just like, she's like, you stumbling all over your words. She's like, you are just, you scaring me. And I was like, something happened. And I don't know what just happened to me. And so I said to her, I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what is a bank? And she was like, what? I said, no, seriously, what is a bank? She's like, I don't know. She's like, don't ask me no dumb questions. I was like, what do banks do? And she's like, I don't know. I said, I know we put money in banks, but what is money? And she was like, you asking dumb questions. She's like, I said, no, but tell me, what is money? And then I think that's when it hit her. And she like really started like contemplating, like, he might be on to something. I don't know like where this is going, but I'm getting flooded with like all this information, that all these questions that I need to try to figure out. And that was like when I really hit back. I was like, I'm back. Yeah. The king has risen. The king has risen. I'm back. I don't know how, because I still ain't got much money, but the king is back. Yeah. Back up in here.
Shout out to that moment, man. That moment that literally pushed the button to say, "Oh, now you have access. Now you just need to you need to figure it out on your own." So now we get back from the car ride. You like, man, this right here is that transitional moment. What in the next few days, weeks, or even months became your whole mental shift to understand how to be the bank and how to really leverage that?
Yeah, so I was given rewinding for a second. When I so just real quick, when I was younger, we had like the park house, and my dad didn't live with us though, so we were kind of like used to being poor. My mother was, trying to raise 5 kids by herself. She was, doing housework for people to try to, make ends meet, taking care of us. While mom was gone to work or gone to church, the siblings was always acting up. We was always acting up or whatever. But when my dad came back into my life on my 8th birthday, took me to his house was like Disneyland, right?
Yeah.
He had food, he had cable TV. Like, I'm like, and then he had an extensive library. So my dad was a very prolific reader. And he was like, son, like at my house, we don't, do a lot of crazy stuff or whatever. He's like, we just read books here. So I would see him reading, and I would go get a book that might look interesting, but it wasn't a children's book. It was like the autobiography of Malcolm X, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm like, I might as well start reading too. And I would, read some stuff, and then I would ask him to like explain it if I didn't understand it. And then we was just dialoguing like the whole weekend. So then when I started coming back home, like to the Wild House, they was telling me, yo, I know you've been over your father's house because you're talking crazy. Because my siblings had a different dad than me. They were like, you talking crazy, you acting gay, like, all kinds of like negative slurs, right? Because I had began to become something different. So fast forward, I have always been a very prolific reader, right? So now that I had this divine moment, I'm like, no, for real, what is a bank though? Like, what is really a bank? Like, what do they do? Like, what is money? Wait a minute, let me do some research. It wasn't a whole lot of information out at the time. We was on like, it wasn't even no Google at the time. We was on like Navigator, right? And I'm trying to look up information, right? There's nothing really coming up, no web pages on it or anything. But it's like I did research and began to find out that, wait a minute, money is classified by definition as silver and gold. So you telling me that the paper that we have is not money?
Come on now.
It's not money. It's actually what they call fiat currency. Now, when you understand the history of money or currency, a cat will go into a town and he's carrying a little satchel of gold. And so he goes to the bank and he says, listen, I want to put my gold coins in the bank, my $20 coins in the bank for safekeeping. And the bank says, okay, you're putting in 5 $20 gold coins. We're going to write you a receipt for 5 gold coins. And they give the cat the receipt. So the cat puts the paper in his pocket. He got 2 coins to go to the saloon to do some gambling, do some other unethical stuff with some ladies or whatever. And once he's done with his 2 gold coins, he can go back to the bank, or what they would call the money lenders at the time, go back to them, present his paper, and get his 5 gold coins and be on his way to the next town. So over time, a cat would then say, hey, listen, when I'm in the saloon or whatever, I done spent my 2 gold coins. I don't want to have to go back to the bank. And plus, it's midnight. It closed.
Yep.
So he would take and tear off one of or a piece of the paper and give it to the saloon owner. and the saloon owner could then take that to the bank and get a gold coin for it. He was like giving them the guy credit. So over time, they began to just print these receipts or these notes, what they call them, and then you could spend the notes, and then at the end of the day, go back and get your remaining gold coins based on the amount of notes / receipts that you had. Over time, though, I believe it was 1933 or 1934, they took, so the bills would be backed by gold. They took that off the market. They took a portion of the gold off the market. And then President Nixon completely took the gold off the market. So now your bills are completely worthless.
Yeah.
They're not backed by anything except for the gun. So we have a strong military. So that's the only way that the bills have any value. If you try to break away from the value of the bills, I feel so sorry for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the end of your existence when you start doing that, right? Especially if you're a leader of a country and you try to pull away from the American dollar, that's the end of your country. So again, understanding all of that, processing that, understanding that the banks are, most people understand that when you take and you put money in the bank gives you what in return? Interest.
Yeah, interest. Yeah.
Interest. So guess what? You are the lender. You're the lender. They give you a fancy name though. They call you a depositor.
Yeah.
Call you a depositor, right? But you're a lender when you put your money in the bank. And when you put your money in the bank, guess what? You don't own it anymore.
Yep.
You don't own it anymore. If the bank says we can't pay you and we shutting down, they take your money.
Yep. And keep going. What was that? The banks in China? A bunch of the banks in China just did that, right? Recently shut down and kept going.
Exactly. But they've been doing it from I think from 2016 to 2020, there was 7 nations around the world that took everybody's retirement funds and just kept it and told the people, we're going to invest your money in 0% certificates of deposit. So if we decide to pay you back, it won't be with the interest. Here's the unique thing about that. The unique thing about that is this. If this country does it, let's say Chile does it, if it happens in Venezuela, right? There are people that are extremely smart that's watching how the people are reacting. Okay. So what? We're going to do it next. If they didn't do much about it, we're going to do it next. So all of this is happening, and a good book to read is The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Yep.
The Creature from Jekyll Island.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So most people think, and the land of the free. Bro, this is a corporation. Do your research.
Facts.
This isn't a country that we live in. It's a corporation.
Facts.
There's book and everything about it. Only the person that does not read is the uninitiated. So when I begin to see that and understand that, I'm like, so do I go on a crusade against where I live? Or do I understand the rules, play by the rules, and enjoy the benefits of the system? As long as I understand the benefits of the system, I play by the rules, I understand the rules, I work hard to be not only compliant, but over compliant.
Yep.
Then they'll allow me to flourish. So all this is based on, I think we had this conversation before, but all this is based on maritime law.
Yeah.
That's what current sea is about. That's what a bank, like a river bank, is all about. It collects the current sea as it flows. All this is based on maritime law because the country had to deal with other countries that was across the water. So they had to set a legal system to understand and have some type of common definitions on what this all meant. You know, they had to develop their own rules to play by.
And that's what they've done. They developed their own rules to play by.
Yeah. And if you understand it, right? Like when you understand the game Monopoly and you play by the rules, you go around the board, you collecting $200 as you pass go. You want to try to stay away from chance, or you want to try to stay away from community chest.
Yep.
You want to try to stay out of jail.
Yeah.
Right. Now, when we were younger, and somebody landed on community chest or chance, and they had to pay money or something for their taxes, we put that under free parking.
Yep.
So if you land on free parking, now you got a free space, but also everything that was under free parking. And at like me and my best friend, we would during the summertime, we would play Monopoly every night, and we would be arguing like something terrible, like 3 o'clock in the morning. My mother would be like, "Y'all better go to bed. Y'all better take y'all butt to bed." Me and him, we up arguing, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, right, that I began to realize. Listen carefully. Put your listening hat on. Whether he thought he won or whether I thought I won, at the end of the game, all of the money, all of the property goes back into the box and back to the bank. It's still that way.
Wow.
Real life is still that way. The bankers run everything. Oh no, Ahmed, who's going to be president? Who are you going to vote for? The bankers run everything. Everything. No, but see, my candidate, the bankers run everything. Get it through your thick head. The bankers run everything. And the faster you learn that, bro, the faster people learn that, then it's like, okay, I got it. So now it's important for me to understand how they work so I can play the game the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, saying that, right, and we're going to talk about that, saying that the bankers run everything, our job then is to find out if they run everything. How do we obtain it? How do we get, if the bankers are running everything, into that stream of cash flow, right? And I said this is the reason why we came out with the credit repair. And I understood exactly what banks love to look at. Banks love to look at points. All right, cool. Let's understand of how do we go ahead and get the banks to go ahead and lend us money. We go ahead, man, and take care of the credit, right? Fix the personal credit, We came out with systems. They know I've been doing this and driving a bus for almost 20 years now, fixing credit. We came out with systems that sped up the process that took months to years to do, so even a shorter time. And so short that it'll blow people's mind. Then we took the process of building out the business, sped that up, and said, hey, within 90 days, now we can go ahead and get you even funded. We put those two together and said, now what are you guys going to do? Oh, well, I can't really afford it. Don't worry about it. We're going to offer you financing on top of that. So to pay for both of them, now you can't say that you can't go ahead and have your credit right and have a business right and go get any funding. We're doing it all for you. When you get that done at that point, and you're saying, I'm ready to get in the game, right, Amed? I'm ready to get in the game. What should be the right structure for a person to say, I want to buy real estate. I really want to get with these banks to buy this real estate, but I don't know how to buy this real estate or what to buy in real estate. Is it a good deal? Is it a bad deal? Is it a deal that's going to take me under? Is it a deal that I'm going to profit and actually go long term? What would your advice be for someone who's out there like that, Amed?
So first and foremost, I want to say that you also figured out the system and learned how to play by the rules, right? You've done it, right? So that's another thing that I love and respect about you and your brain, that you have like, yo, this is the system and this is how we're going to figure it out and we're going to speed up the process, right? Like, man, Lambo, that's it, right? You got the other piece to the puzzle. What I would tell someone about investing in real estate. Now, let me give you a disclaimer first. My disclaimer is that what I'm about to say is my personal opinion and experience. I am not saying what I'm about to say to be offensive to anyone. I'm only saying that this is what I have seen. So I'm going to break down something for you we call the hierarchy of real estate. So the hierarchy of real estate is like a triangle, right? So the bottom layer of the triangle is based on bird dogs. Bird dogs are people that go out and have been trained to go out and find available real estate. Maybe it's vacant, maybe it's abandoned, right? The bird dog goes out and finds available real estate. Next, you have the real estate wholesaler. The wholesaler, he, just like the bird dog, doesn't have access to capital. He doesn't have access to the real estate, right? Because he doesn't own it, right? He's just brokering. He's the person in the middle, or she is the person in the middle that is facilitating the deal. That's the same thing that a real estate agent does. And the only difference is that the real estate agent has been knighted by an organization to perform the transaction. A real estate wholesaler hasn't been necessarily knighted by an organization, and that's why they're trying to come up with so many laws now to shut real estate wholesalers down, right? But wholesaling real estate goes all the way back to the Civil War. All you have to do is start looking through hundreds and hundreds of years of real estate transactions, and it's still on the books. Those transactions are still on the books. You can go and research and find out how many hands have this piece of real estate been through, and look at the deals at the recorder's office, see that the deals have been done with zero money. All right, so that bottom rung of the pyramid is what we call, or the triangle is what we call the brokers. They just facilitate transactions. Now, the next level up is what we call the owners. The owners are the ones that pass the transact or the real estate deal down so that the facilitators can get it done, because the owners don't want to necessarily deal with that headache. So the owners are people like homeowners, landlords, commercial developers, fix and flippers, those people generally constitute the owners. Those are the ones that actually have the property, and they're looking for either capital or for somebody to get them out of the transaction. Those are the owners. So the next level, the top level, is what we call like the private money lenders. They're on that level. They're facilitating the cash. You have the REITs, real estate investment trusts. You have the fund managers. You have like hedge fund managers. You have, or private equity managers. You have the note buyers, mortgage buyers. And then above that is the bank president or the Federal Reserve. That level, that top apex of the pyramid, we call that the controllers. They control everything. Everything. So you can literally go, like I told you about me and Rochelle, you could literally go from being a broker, wholesaler, facilitator to the top of the pyramid. You can bypass all of those other levels of investing in real estate and go to the top of the pyramid. Now, let me say this. I am not saying that a bird dog in real estate can't make a healthy living and become wealthy being a bird dog. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that a wholesaler can't make a lot of money wholesaling real estate. I'm not saying that because I know a lot of them that do. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm not saying that a real estate agent can't make a great living as a real estate agent. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, with all of the other levels, there's a key ingredient that most people miss, that a note buyer, a mortgage note buyer, has and understands that nobody on the list below them understands. I'm going to tell you what the key ingredient is. Time. Time. The bird dog spends his whole day, week, hours and hours and hours looking for properties to give to the wholesaler. The wholesaler spends hours and hours and weeks and months trying to get the wholesale deal done. I know because I was one. The real estate agent spends all of their time trying to get a deal done, and most of the time they can't. I work with a lot of realtors, and I still work with realtors. And realtors, though, there's not a stab at realtors, but realtors are amazing at connecting and their resources. They're not great at managing their time and getting deals done because they have something in front of them that they think is valuable, and that is the fiat currency. Some people call it money. They have that in front of them. I'm not saying it's not useful. I'm saying it's not real. Extremely useful, and we need it, and it's right up there next to oxygen, right? But it's not real. So you spend all of your time trying to get deals done. And when like me and Raquel calculated what we were doing, we were like, wait a minute, babe. Like with all this that we're doing to get these wholesale deals done, we're only making about $9 an hour. And we're spending money on marketing, mentorships, stamps, envelopes, printer ink, all of that. Printer ink is some of the most expensive liquid on the planet. It's even more expensive than blood. So when we began to understand this and put all this together, we're like, wait a minute. We can get a mortgage note deal done in an hour we don't have to spend any money on paper, ink. We don't have to spend any money, any time on any of that. We can just ball out and get the deal done. All we have to do is understand what the numbers mean. When we understand what the numbers mean and how to properly think about this deal that we're doing, then it's like, oh, it's a straight up benefit, because now we can just look. What are we going to do with all this time? Let me tell you what we're going to do with all this time. Since you act like you don't know, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with this time. We're going to sit on this couch right here, and we're going to kiss until we get tired. That's what we're going to do. So, wait a minute, what? I said, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sit on the couch, and we're going to kiss, and we watch TV. Because I spent my time working like a madman. So she's like, aren't we going to get bored? I said, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to get bored. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to be bored. So, when we realized that, wait a minute, we were spending a lot of time to try to do all of this. And now we got time to live life and love each other and take care of each other and raise our sons, take them to school in the morning, pick them up in the afternoon, and just enjoy time with the family and not be stressed out about worrying about this and worrying about that. So let me tell you guys this. So you want to say, I'm going to go into this right now. So you say, well, Amed, we hear you, but break it down for us. Break it down for us, Amed. So a bank says this. This is the bank's thinking. A bank says, wait a minute. Now, this person has applied for a home loan, and we have granted it. And the home loan is for 30 years. The home loan is for 30 years. So this is what the bank does, right? The bank understands something that most people don't, because the bank is the one that is, printing the money. The bank is the one that's setting the interest rates. The bank says, check this out. So $1 today, $1 4 quarters today is only worth 8 cents. Wait a minute, Ahmed. What are you talking about? It's only worth 8 cents. It's you just said it was $1. It's $1. The value of it is only 8 cents. Why? Why is it only worth 8 cents? Because the cost of goods and services are constantly rising. And the value of the dollar is dropping because you need more dollars now to purchase the same thing. So last year, you bought a can of pineapples for $1.19. This year, the same can of pineapples is going to cost you $1.49. What happened? Somebody need to explain what happened. Well, I'm going to tell you, I already know. Ain't nothing happened. They just said, we're raising it. So this whole system is now, the cost of goods and services going up, the value of the dollar is going down until it gets to a point where it's not worth anything. Ahmed, what historical evidence do you have that the dollar is going to be get to a point where it's not worth anything? 674 world fiat currencies have all gone to zero. Not a single one in the history of mankind has ever survived. Y'all got to do your research. Please don't believe anything that I'm saying. Please don't believe anything that I'm saying. You have to go and do your research and find out it's true for you. Even in Roman history, I'm a big archaeology buff. Roman history, if you look at an old Roman coin made of gold, you'll see that the sides of the gold coin is shaved off. They were trying to make gold in the fiat. So when you paid your taxes and the gold coins, they would take the gold coin and they would shave off a little bit, right? That goes to the side and the rest goes, back into circulation. But that part that they shaved off was they were trying to make fiat. They was trying to just keep doing the gold over and over again. But what happened is over time, you get a coin and it's been shaved off so much that it's not even worth what they say it's worth. So then that's when they came up with the idea of making the fiat paper. So again, when you processing all this, you say, okay, I'll make a stand. So I'm like, so look, the bank says cost of goods and services going up. The loan is for 30 years. The down may not survive that long. So this is what we're going to do. The homeowner got the loan, and y'all think it's a loan, but really it's just a debit on a digital line that says, okay, this was going out to the person, but it didn't really happen. And the person got the loan, and the bank says, okay, so you put down your deposit, your down payment, and we're going to charge you some points on top of it, and you pay interest on it. The first 15 years is basically a interest only that's being paid, some small changes to the price. And then the bank gets to year 15, and guess what they say? Hey, Ahmed, Rochelle, y'all want to buy this loan? And we say, sure. How much you want for it? Well, it's a $350,000 loan. It's still 15 years owed on it. We'll let you guys have it for $50,000 or $60,000. We'll let you have it for $50,000 or $60,000. We say, sure. So we pay $50,000 for it. Remember, they got the down payment, they got 15 years of payment, they got the points, and now they're getting 50 grand from us, right? And then guess what they do? Y'all ready? They write the rest of it off as a loan to the FDIC insurance company. They get paid from all of that. The bankers are always going to win. The system is designed for the bankers to win. So they're getting all of the money, all the upside, and then in the end, when it looks like it's about to go bad, all loans are FDIC insured. All loans are FDIC insured. Now, that is the answer to the question, why would the banks do that? I'm like, you ain't never cared about what the banks were doing before, but now that I present the information, now it's all these questions about why would the bank do that? The banks do what they want to do, but I'm explaining to you why they do it. So, okay, Ahmed, we got you. We understand it's making sense. So now, Ahmed, what do you guys do with it? Okay. So then we get the loan and we say, Miss Jones, you still owe us $350,000. Still owe us $350,000. So, Miss Jones, what do you want to do? We have a number of different scenarios that we can handle this. Do you want to just keep making your payments to us? Because we could do that. We could keep carrying the payments. You just start making your payments to us. Or, Miss Jones, you've been a loyal customer. We can get you refinanced. We could get you refinanced at a lower interest rate, a lower payment amount. Miss Jones, you owe us $350,000. What if we reduce the payment to $250,000 and got you refinanced? Wait, I think I just lost y'all. I think I just lost you. So I paid $50,000 for it. I paid, let's just use easy numbers. Like I paid $50,000 for it. So I'm gonna reduce her payment from 350 down to 250,000. I'm gonna knock 100 grand off of the mortgage because I want her to be motivated to take action. So we get her refinanced. She signed the docs. Now I'm 200 grand up. Is this done in a year, 6 months, 3 months, or a weekend? I like a weekend. See, the challenge has been that everybody is thinking about the real estate hierarchy totally the wrong way. Totally the wrong way. And that's the biggest challenge that we have, is getting somebody to change their mindset. Why are you going to stand at the bottom and let everybody dump trash on you instead of stepping out the way and going straight to the top and not have trash dumped on you? And the reason that you're taught to be at the bottom, the reason that you're taught to be at the bottom is for one word: taxes. Because when you own the real estate, you also own the taxes on it. That's why. That's why the game is played the way it's played. Right? Remember, we talked about the game Monopoly. You go around, you land on chance. Now you got to pay taxes. All that money that we will put under free parking goes back into the bank's pocket. Now, if you don't think that what I'm saying is true, I just showed Lambo a similar deal early this week.
Facts.
Facts, right, Lambo?
Facts. Blew my mind. I was shocked. I was like, man, there's no way. There's no way that this is even available out here, right? The deal, and I'm gonna let you go into it, but we're gonna talk about it. The deal, the value of the property was a little over $500,000, right? It was about $550 or something like that. $550, $595. Can't remember the specs. Over $500,000. The deal, I was blown away from. He said, Lambo, I'm about to get this over $500,000 property. So I'm gonna get it for like $20,000. I said, what? I said, man, there's no way, man. There's no way you can make it over $500,000, almost $600,000, y'all. It was a $600,000 property that he's getting ready to, and I'm not talking about nothing that's not run down or anything else. This is a legitimate building. Nice. It was in Alabama, if I'm not mistaken, right? Montgomery, Alabama.
Right.
And he said, yeah, Lambo, I'm getting ready to go grab this for 20 grand. I said, yeah, right. There's no way. I'm looking at the value. I'm looking at the building. I'm looking at everything. He said, watch. Talk to us how you're able to grab deals like that, because there's a lot of people in real estate. They've had the misconception of purchasing real estate all out at once, right? Like the property said MSRP price says $400,000. That's what we got to purchase it at, or we can possibly do a little offer and see if we can underbid and probably shave off $5,000, $10,000, or $20,000, right? But to sit back up in here, man, and purchase almost a $600,000 property at $20,000, I said, yo, man, how is that even possible? Talk to us about that.
So again, we are approaching the deal from the top. We're approaching the deal from the top down. So when you learn our system, right? You learn our system, then what happens is you begin to position yourself like a bank, looking like a bank, talking like a bank. using the vernacular of a bank. And so if it looks like a duck, sounds like a duck, it must be a duck. Quack, quack. So the bank sees you that way. So the bank says, guess what? We're going to let you in the secret room to get deals. And we're going to talk and deal with each other like others. So I would never ask a bank, why? Why would you do this? Oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. No, I would never communicate with the bank like that, because the bank is already expecting me to know the deal. So when I go in, I'm going in like, hey, what's up? Okay, look, what's going on? Okay, yeah, let me get that. And we out. That's it. So we approach it from the top down. That's why I was explaining that the real estate hierarchy is so powerful, because it's a mind shift. When you shift your mind, and I'm not talking down on anyone or what they're doing or the method that they're using to make money or any of that. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be at the bottom of the pyramid with the trash, I know everybody has, their gurus and stuff that they follow. When you're at the bottom, you're going to get the trash. Now, trash might not mean bad real estate. Trash might mean that you have spent an enormous amount of time, energy, and effort to try to obtain this, and all because you don't have a proper mindset. You have spent time that you're never going to get back, on a deal that's overpriced and overvalued. If you could simply lock in and change your mindset, then you can operate from the top down, save yourself your life-giving time, save yourself a lot of money, teach the strategy to your future generations, build wealth at the same time, and live a life of happiness and joy, and not one of pain, province, and poverty, right? So, Rochelle and I'm gonna just throw this in here real quick. This next Monday the 28th, Rochelle and I are going to teach like a 5-day challenge on how to build wealth, and we're going to go into this even deeper than what I'm talking about tonight, right? Like, this is something that I want all of you guys to go get registered for. BuildMoreWealthChallenge.com. Go get registered for it so we can give you the game. Like, we're trying to give the game, and you know what people do? Like, people doubt us. People doubt us, and there's a reason that people doubt us. Just this right here. I talk to hedge funds, family offices, lawyers, accountants, doctors every day. And the number one question that I'm asked is, how did you learn how to do this? How did you learn how to do this? Well, what does that mean? Like, no, I just mean, like, how'd you learn? No, but you said you put the emphasis on you, right? How did you learn how to do this? I'm like, listen, like, the knowledge is out there if you decide to go and seek it out. If you decide to lock in, the knowledge is out there. And I know, like, I had a guy, he came to me and he was in a situation with a mortgage. And he owed so a lot of money on the mortgage, like close to $1 million. And he said, the bank is giving me some problems, XYZ. I said, listen, offer him $50,000. No way. They're not going to take that. How are you going to tell me that they're not going to take it? And this is what I do every day. From $50,000. No, they're not going to take it, bro. I said, okay. To make you feel better, offer them, let's say, $125. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to take that, bro. You know what he offered them? He offered them $350, and they took it. He offered them $350,000 and they took it. Bruh, check this out. This is one of the primary banks that I deal with. And I could show you contract after contract after contract on what they normally take. On what they normally take. Now, I'm going to blow your mind. And I'm going to tell you first and foremost that what I'm about to say, this disclaimer, first and foremost, right? This is not the market that we're in today. This is not the market that we're in today. Hear me clearly. This is not the market that we are in today. We're in a totally different market. But from 2008 until 2014, Rochelle and I were buying $250,000 mortgages for less than $100. Why? Because it's all FDIC insured. The banks don't care what they sell it for. But what began to happen is this. So if you're buying it for less than 100, then somebody comes along and they say, yeah, I'm going to beat Amed and Rochelle. Right? So we teach students and they say, okay, we learn from them. We love them. We da-da-da-da-da. And they want to kiss the rings per se. And we teach them all the secrets. And then they say, yeah, but if they buying it for 100, we're going to go outbid them and buy it for 200. And then we're going to go outbid them and buy it for 1,000. And then 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. And the banks were like, Amed, your people are coming through and they outbidding you by thousands of times. You see? That's why when me and Rochelle looked at the whole thing, we're like we gotta be selective on who we work with. Because some people will come in and mess the game up. They'll mess the game up. So at one point, you could deals from us for like $1,000, $2,500. We wasn't trying to break nobody across the head. Like, look, this what we got it for. This what y'all gonna get it for. Like, we hooking everybody up. And then over time, somebody starts acting up. So we got real selective on who we began to work with. And before you know it, over the years, it's like we're only working with a handful of people. Because it's like it's hard to trust somebody. When they start seeing the money, they're like, I'm acting up. And I'm like, it's cool to have some nice things, but I can't have you going out. I can't have you really going out and buying a $250,000, a $500,000 car. Well, Ahmed, it's my money, not legitimate. You can't tell me what to do. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I'm trying to tell you how to keep yourself safe. Well, I want to do. I had a guy who made a lot of money, made millions. He got hooked up by the Hazels. He went and made millions. We ain't hear from him for 10 years. And it's like, they back. So there's a lot to the psychology of what we do. That is the difficult part, right? So we teach this concept. Your success is based on 3 things. And I'm going to give them to you right now. Your success is based on your internal communication, what you're saying to yourself, your external communication, what you're hearing and who you're listening to, and then the third piece, which is easy for us to do, is the technical knowledge. It's easy for us to teach that. That's only 10% of the success triangle. The other 90% is your internal and external communication. And that is what we spend the most time working on with a person. I can give you the technical knowledge up front. Here you go. These are the forms. This is what you got to do. This is what the numbers look like, blah, blah. And then people come back and say, yeah, but why would a bank do this? Well, we're not past that yet. I got to go back to that lesson again. So this journey, you can totally change your life overnight, because what I'm explaining to you now took me years of heart pain. It took me years of constant study. I remember laying in the bed at night with Rochelle, and the room is dark and quiet. And she says, babe. I'm like, yeah. You sleep? No. You feel like talking? Sure. She jump up real quick, cut the light on, get a yellow legal pad, and like, let's have a meeting then. So 3 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting in the middle of the bed going over deal structure and deal flow. I'm not talking about once. I'm talking about years of that. Meeting 3 o'clock in the morning to discuss a deal. So you can get this game, right? We're giving it up at the buildmorewealthchallenge.com. We're giving it up next Monday, right? Go to the site, check it out, register, right? Read through it, right? We're going to give up the goods so that you can have this information. Now, once you get it, if you decide to act up, that's on you. But it's important for you to understand how the game is played so you can teach your legacy how to operate. You can literally change the direction of your family's legacy simply by embarking on this journey and understanding how the financial system is set up and how it's run and who the key players are, right? Like, you got to know how the monopoly game, the rules of the monopoly game. Like, a new person just can't go in the bank and take out all of the $100 bills or the $500 bills. That's not how you do it. You start off with your $200 or whatever, and every time you pass go, you get $200. But I can tell you that, listen, get the blues, get the Park Place and the Boardwalk. Now, some people say those are not the best ones to get. Some people say the yellows and the greens are the best ones to get. But when you land on that place, that boardwalk, and you got some hotels on it, you're going to break them. So I'm saying to you, when you learn how the game is played, you learn the rules of the game, how to talk, how to behave, how to act, then you can win dramatically. Come on, Lambo. Tell them.
And that is my guy, my man, my mentor, my boy, my friend, Mr. Amed Hazel. Y'all already know, man. I tried to tell y'all, like, tonight was going to be something that was going to be different. That for so many who were interested, so many who shared this video, so many people who got tapped in were trying to figure out, oh my God, is this thing even happen? Is this thing even possible? What is a mortgage note? How does this system break down? How does all of this stuff happen? Literally, you just heard from one of the best, if not the best. I can't say one of the best out there in the game when it comes to this game and mortgage notes. Anytime you hear a man, and I loved him and Shell saying, yo, baby, you up? You like, I'm up, but I should be asleep. No. Yeah, I'm up. Boom, let's go on ahead, man. We need to go ahead and brainstorm, because they begin to start mastering a craft that will literally help change their life and change other people's lives behind them. They've got a big challenge coming up. And if you loved everything you heard tonight, and this thing just interested you just a little bit, I want you to step up to the challenge. I want you to step up to this place. Step up to the place where you've been saying, you know what, Lambo, you're right. I listened to his story. I identified with his story. I identified everything that they went through because he was speaking to me tonight. But guess what? You don't have to stay there. You can change your situation. You can change your journey. You can change your outcome just like him and his wonderful wife did. And they actually help others change their outcome. The information is right here on the screen. All you have to do, if you really want to embark on that, he didn't say, give me a month, give me a year, give me 5 years. Heck, a lot of y'all have already lost that, the current jobs, the situations right now that you've been going through. He said, give me less than a week. Let me help pour the things that I've learned, we've learned, that we continuously to help get ourselves to the next level. Let's help get you to the next level. Not just that, you guys got to remember, this challenge is getting ready to smoke a lot of stuff out. I'm going to be real with y'all. Straight up. It's getting ready to smoke some of the laziness that you may have had in you, right? Some of the fear you may have had in you, some of the doubt you may have had in you, some of the misunderstandings that you may have had in you as well. This challenge this next week is getting ready to smoke all that out. Why not come learn from two of the very best who literally are doing this thing and help change their lives so that they can help change your life? This Build More Wealth Challenge is literally getting ready to help catapult you to another level. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Some of you guys, even after that 5 days, right, is getting ready to go to even another level. If you're saying, yo, man, I need you to really be my coach, my real mentor, that one I want to lock in, that one I want to partner with, that one I really need to go to this next level with. You just told me about a banking system broken all the way down and how I can actually obtain real estate for pennies on the dollar. I ain't talking about no sheriff's auction sales. Let's be real with this. We ain't talking about, oh, well, he's going to do a sheriff auction. He's going to, no. This is real estate deals. This man showed me almost a $600,000 deal in value that he says, Lambo, I'm getting ready to go get this for $20,000. I said, whoa, hold on. Do you know the value of $550,000, $590,000, whatever it was, to $20,000? Do you know what dollars and cents cost to that is to be able to take value of that over? And I had to think about that. I said, man, that's almost $600,000. 10% of that, 10% would have been $60,000. 5% of that would have been $30,000. You mean to tell me you're getting this less than 5% at about 3 to 4%? This property? If you want to learn how to go get properties less than 5% of its total value, you need to go ahead and sign up for this challenge and send it to everybody you possibly can. Yo, y'all need to come learn from the best because we all really want to be better and help excel us to the next level. BuildMoreWealthChallenge.com. Get yourself plugged in. Get your team plugged in. Get your entire family plugged in if you possibly can. Because some of you, this will bring generational wealth for sure. Not that hope to be the pie in the sky and you're going to win the lottery and you got to rub your hands together or somebody's going to get you another crypto program that's just going to be another failed program out there. You got a few of them out there too. Or some old snakeskin shiny shoe salesman that can't wait to go ahead and sell you. Yes, if you got this Build the Box program, we got it right here for you. And then all of a sudden, you see it's no more than but just smoking letters that are on the screen. Don't get bamboozled out here anymore. You guys are way smarter than that. You guys are way more intelligent than that. Don't fall for the old okie doke no more. You guys need to get in line and get connected and get tapped in and plugged in with two proven leaders who have not only just did it themselves, but who have helped others do it and literally are flying on a whole nother level. Y'all, if y'all know the influencers that the Hazels hang around, y'all will be actually like, yo, they rocking like that? No, they rocking like that. Because guess what? They put the work in. Now it's time for you to put that work in. It's time for you to say, you know what, Lambo? I got to share this video. I had to share this link. I'm sending this to everybody in my downline. I'm sending this to everybody in my Rolodex, everybody in my phone book. I'm sending this link out because I really want to see them win. Next week, beat them there. Don't meet them there. Beat them there on a call. BuildMoreWealthChallenge.com. Get signed up today and let your life take a whole new meaning. My brother, Ahmed, I want to thank you for tonight. Brother, I mean, you really went on ahead, man, and laid it all out. And that is what we love. That's what we respect. That's what we admire. That's what more people just came to know you more about this show. You got a chance and everything, man, to know why is it that you have been able to be so successful in this, but then you've been able to really help so many others back. Now you're giving them an opportunity and a lifeline to help them. I thank you tonight, my brother. Well done, Joe.
Thank you, brother.
Well
Thank
done.
you, brother. You know, I really appreciate, you know, you giving me the opportunity and chance to be back on the show. And I mean, like, you know, the audience might not know, but you know how, man, you be kicking it behind the scenes. Like, we have a good time, you know, like, bro, I just want people to know that my selfish agenda in all of this is that I don't want this knowledge and information to die with me, right? I want to be able to spread it as much as I can so that somebody and somebody's generation, 3, 4, 5 generations from now, can say, you know what, my great grandmother passed down something that the Hazels taught them that changed their lives. And I mean, that's really what we're about and what we're trying to accomplish. We just don't want it to die with us. We want to spread it and allow other people, you know, whether it be, you know, 500 years from now, to be, you know, writing books and poems and songs about the Hazels.
Brother, the Lambo Bell is out for the Hazels. You couldn't have said that even better, brother. They're definitely going to be writing books and definitely giving flowers and awards and everything for you and your wonderful wife, man, just literally being generals and leading the way. Man, we full salute y'all. We thank y'all, man. I'm telling you, I knew it was going to be one of them type of nights, but you just heard and got yourself on a journey with one of those nights and with one of those days or a week or a month or years what the Hazels will actually look like. Imagine what your life will actually look like. You get connected with this amazing team. And now you just not have a person in your corner who's just like, I don't know if they're going to be successful. They're not going to be successful. Will it work? Will it not work? You have proven systems that success can literally be yours for pennies on a dollar. What you really been sitting up in here, man, contemplating on getting into. The Build More Wealth Challenge will help take you guys there. I'm telling y'all what I know. Shout out to everybody in the chats. I see y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a quick shout out. I really do. I see them all, man. You know, Brown Girl Bella in the building. Shout out to you, Brown Girl Bella. Thank you, catching it. Hello, everyone in the chat. D Nutty say high level Rolodex. Wow. Shout out to you, Monet. Thank you. Thank you, Brown Girl Bella. Thank you, Monet. Appreciate y'all, man. Yes, I was just going to type that. That's why you are so blessed today. That's real talk. Shout out to you for that. Hey, what's up, my guys? Shout out to you for that. Facts. This is a do or die before you work for somebody else. Work for yourself. Come on now. Coach D said, man, he's speaking straight truth. You got to let that man be on fire like Denzel Washington and let him speak straight truth then. John Gore saying, let's go. Shout out to you, John Gore. Being in the building, man. Coach D said, Lambo, we had this conversation earlier today. We sure did, Coach D. You already know I'm connecting you. Terrence Braxton, shout out to Brother Braxton, the builder, man. Said my brother Lambo and Brother Hazel. He got a chance to speak with us the other day, right? Brother, man?
Yep. Brother Braxton, yep. Great conversation.
Great conversation. You know, he wasn't going to miss this, man. Him and Scooter and the whole crew wasn't going to miss this. Facts on that note. You already know, cuz it's a building. He said, wow, find a way. You got to find a way, too. That sounds like me. Hopefully that sounds like you, man. Monet is out there laughing and everything. Say, my mom and brother helped us out, my wife, so correctly. I know that voice, of hearing that voice, what your son went through, man, and losing that. And that's powerful. That was a testament. You kept going, my brother, man. My God. Yes, sir. Happiness is definitely an inside heart issue, Coach D says. Come on now. Come on now. You already know what time it is. Some people think brands make you. I'd rather have money in the bank. Yes, come on now. Rather have money in the bank. You know what time it is. Facts, clothes. I have clothes, man. You know what it is. Wealth is silent. Yes, it is. Real G's moving silence like lasagna. Oh, let me shut my mouth. Whole outfit, though. Yes, we could. We used to get that whole thing. Mighty E says having a healthy mindset. It helps you experience a deep peace and emotional well-being. It's priceless. Come on, man. Blue Sky's in the building. Shout out to you, Blue Sky. Thank you for tapping in on here. Everybody showing love, man. The Blue Sky, man. I have that book. He's talking about the creature of Jekyll Island.
Jekyll Island. Yep.
Great book. Y'all go get that book out there. Shout out to my guy, Ryan. What's up, legends, man? He's in the building showing love, man. Doing what he does best. Become your own bank. Yes, become your own bank. Make it happen. My brother Hazel and brother Lambo, thank you for that. Easter showing love with the fire emoji. Come on, Ahmed, man. You're sure right, Lambo. You know what time it is. Build More Wealth Challenge. Coach D said, I just flatlined for about 60 seconds. I'm back now. He's going to make you flatline. You ain't even got to worry about that. There ain't too much Lambo got to do but get out the way and let him work. Q-Dog with the wonderful pound man emoji. You already know, man. Come on now. I'm wonderful Julie tuned in late out with Kim for her belated birthday dinner with Kim. Shout out to the Hazels and the Leverage Show family, Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Lambo. That's Ken Haney. You already know. Thank you, Ken, man. We was talking about you earlier, Ken Haney. Shout out to Brown Girl Bella and the whole nine, man. Listen, we thank y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. But we going to thank y'all even more when y'all sign up for this challenge. Just being real with y'all. I don't care who y'all send this to, colleagues, workers, friends, family. We're going to thank y'all more when y'all beat them there next week. The next week, when does it start? Do we have a time or anything, or will that all be on the website?
So it starts next week, Monday the 28th at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. 11 a.m. So and who can sign up? Let's kind of get that. Who can sign up? If you have to be a certain age, do you have to be working? How much time do you have to dedicate to this, man? Let us know.
So what we're going to do is so we're going to go for the general, for everybody, is going to be from 11 until 12 p.m. noon Eastern Standard Time. And those people that sign up for VIP, we're going to go from noon until 1, allowing them backstage access, extra bonuses, one-on-one or one-to-many question and answer time, right? So we're just going to give a lot of value to those that take interest in themselves and sign up as a VIP. We're just going to give them that time to be able to ask questions about, whether it's about mortgage notes or, whether it's about building their business, building more wealth, mostly, it's best if we talk about the topic for the day, but we're going to be open to whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So listen, y'all are hearing this out of the horse's mouth himself. So make sure y'all are definitely tapped in, because I'm telling you this right now. This will help change some people's lives. QP, I see you, brother. My brother Ken. Ken says, good to see you again, Mr. Hazel and Mrs. Hazel, from my hometown, Be More, Maryland. Let's go, Ravens.
Be More, Park Heights and Cold Spring, Owens Mills. You know how we do it.
Hey, y'all staying up, man. I love it, love it, love it, love it, man. Y'all staying up in that area, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. You showing love. I love it, man. Thank you for that, Blue Sky in the building. Showing love, man, the Blue Sky, man, as well. Listen, again, man, it has been an honor to have you, man, here on this show, man, and really show love, man, and really be able to go ahead, man, and do some of this amazing stuff. But, man, I cannot wait for everybody to begin to start to sign up for that, dude. That's getting ready to be next level for y'all, man. Especially, man, really helping you guys out. Mr. Hazel, do you golf? Ken says.
So I don't, but I'm trying to learn.
What did we just have this? We had that conversation before the show, right? Yeah, I told you, man. Listen, Ken, would you be willing to fly out to go help Mr. Hazel learn some golf, man? You let me know. You let me know, man. Ken, and that's Ken Haney. He's all over the place. So you need to know, would you be willing to fly out to come help my guy and man learn some golf? Let me know. Put it in the chat. I know he is.
I'll try to learn. I'm trying to learn.
Yeah. He gonna make Ken is Ken is gonna make sure that he will be there with some golf balls outside of the airport coming in, man, to Atlanta with his whole golf set and everything else, making sure that he helps put on a clinic, man, with these golfing. Because he is definitely, man. And listen, Ken, we was just talking about that before the show. We are in the process of definitely learning, man. And we will be excited for all the little tips and tricks you guys can do to help me and Amed out. Me and Amed, we didn't come up on that golf course, but now in our latter years, we got to get into it. Yeah. Now we're willing to get into it, y'all. So, y'all definitely go ahead and let us know that, man, by any means necessary, man. Thank you for that, Ken. I know he's out with his wife.
But Lambo, I think that's powerful, right? Because for you and me both, it's like, bro, we don't do everything, right? But we're willing to learn.
Yeah.
Willing to learn.
Yeah, and that golf,
I tell people, I said, you can either be an inch wide and a mile deep, or you could be a mile wide and an inch deep.
Perspective. Still depthness to it, man. Perspective, man.
Yep.
You see Ken laughing because he already knows.
Yeah.
He's coming. He already knows he's gonna be out there with his golf ball and his golf bags, and he's coming. He's coming to see you in America.
I need help.
Yeah,
I need help.
Well, Ken, man, we all need help, man. I got the Top Golf man going for me, so we'll sit back up here. We'll keep the Top Golf going, man, and make sure. I don't know how good that does, man, but it helps out a little bit, man. Again, y'all, that BillMoreWealthChallengeMan.com, man. Y'all go get signed up, man. Y'all will definitely love it, man. Y'all will thank me later, man. And really, really, really can't wait to go ahead and help see you guys. Quinn says, Ken, I've been seeing you out there. I need to dust all my golfing skills off. Shout out to you dusting them golfing skills off, because me and Amed, we don't got golfing skills yet, but just keep on watching. We'll be out there with our clubs pretty soon, and we'll be swinging with the best.
Yep.
Well, listen, y'all, we thank y'all for tonight. Again, this has been an amazing time. Y'all go follow my brother Amed on his social media channels as well, right? Y'all can follow him on IG at Amed Hazel, just like it's spelled on the screen on IG. Y'all go like and follow. They're going to be doing even more content in the days, weeks to come, because they're literally rebranding some things, which is amazing. Loving hearing what him and Shell is doing. Y'all need to stay tuned, stay connected. Get on Threads too. If y'all are on Threads, man, get on Threads, get on IG, get on any platform. What other platforms are you on, Amed, if they need to follow you outside of this?
So I'm on pretty much all of them. So I'm on TikTok. I'm on LinkedIn, IG, Facebook. We do a little bit of stuff on YouTube, but we're about to pick that up in a major way. So yeah, I'm always on a platform as Amed Hazel.
Every platform, Amed Hazel. That is not
Yep.
hard for y'all the guys to go on ahead, man, and look him up. All right. So if you get there, he says, say when and where. And it's on. He said, I got to bring my coach, Audrey Nelson. Bring on Audrey. I don't care if you bring on Tiger Woods, man. Bring on Audrey because he's coming out there, man. He said, a Lambo Invitational calling you tomorrow, Lambo. Hey, we may have to do that. A Lambo Invitational, man. Bring some people out there, man. We bring y'all out there, man. I got a couple of balls I need to go ahead and hit through some car windows and some people's houses on the backside of 9 anyway, you know. But man, look, we thank y'all, man. We appreciate the love you guys have actually gave us tonight. Y'all really got learned from one of the best. Got a chance to sit down, man, and really make this thing happen. I really thank y'all. Amed really thanks y'all. I know he's still going in. He says, I started 4 months ago at 60 years old. Look at this. 4 months ago at 60. Man, we can do this. We can do this.
Yeah, we can do this.
We can do this. We ain't gonna say we can. We gonna do this, man.
We gonna do this. And Lambo, you know what? Like we did him a favor tonight because we ain't go to midnight or after midnight night like we did the last time.
Yeah. Oh man, we really wanted to really get to, because there's so many. We got a lot of older subscribers, new subscribers. They got a lot of people, man, who are literally coming out here to say, Lambo, hey man, we love the show. We need to get to the point. What is the points? What I want to hear from a man. Let me know. And that was the biggest thing, to make sure that we drive that home for so many of the great new people who were interested, and they shared this video. They say, man, we sharing tonight with everybody because we really need to hear from Amed Hazel and really need to know like what's going on. So that was the biggest part of making sure that we drive that home. So we didn't, sometimes, again, we don't need to go ahead and spend 4 or 5 hours, and we can definitely go ahead and be out here sharpshooting in 2 hours and provide the wealth, man, for you guys, man. So thank y'all, man, because y'all literally, man, rocked out with us for 2 hours, man, on this show. A lot of value brought, man. But y'all go like, subscribe, man, to my guy Amed Hazel on all his social media channels. But the most important thing, go sign up for this Build More Wealth Challenge. Thank you, guys. It's been a blessing.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. It's been my pleasure. Your boy Lambo Drew. I thank each and every single one of you guys, every single one of y'all ladies, every single one of the family, friends, and everybody who tapped on, man. We thank Amed Hazel, man, for coming out here tonight and really pouring his heart out and really dropping some gems, some bombs on y'all that y'all can really go ahead and take. Now, take that next challenge. Take it to the next level. BuildMoreWealthChallenge.com starts next week at 11 a.m. Eastern for 1 hour. And then you guys are actually going ahead, man, and you can have the opportunity to get into VIP as well. For those who really want to get into the VIP and want to have more access to the Hazels, man, who's going to kill the game, you guys can ask anything. I'm trying to tell y'all this right now. It will definitely help change your life. I thank you guys. The information is on the screen. Sign up today. You won't regret it. Me and Amed, we're out of here, you guys. Till next time, man. Take care. God bless. Love y'all.